Welcome back to our channel, everyone, and before we dive into today's very special tribute, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and join our community here. Honestly, I have been looking forward to sitting down and filming this particular video for a long time because today is a day of deep reflection and celebration. I must begin by wishing each and every one of you a very happy Mother's Day. Whether you are a mother, a grandmother, a mother figure, or someone navigating the complex emotions this day can bring, I am sending you so much love. Today, I really want to celebrate all mothers across the globe, to honor the silent sacrifices, the loud cheers from the sidelines, and the unbreakable bonds that define the human experience. But specifically, I want to take this time to honor three women who have profoundly shaped the narrative of strength and grace under pressure: Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, her mother Doria Ragland, and the late eternal Princess Diana. These three women represent a lineage of heart and soul that transcends the headlines on the noise. When we look at Doria Ragland, we are looking at a woman who is truly the backbone of the Sussex family's private world. Happy Mother's Day to Doria, a woman who worked incredibly hard to raise her daughter with a firm foundation of ethics, a tireless work ethic, and a fierce sense of independence. Doria is a role model for single mothers everywhere, proving that you can raise a child to be a global changemaker while maintaining your own dignity and privacy. She didn't just tell Meghan how to be a good person, she showed her. As a social worker, Doria spent years on the front lines of human struggle, helping people navigate their darkest moments and proving that service isn't something you do for a photo op, it is a way of life. It's no wonder she remains such a massive role model for her grandchildren, Archie and Lily Diana. She brings that grounded, calm energy into their lives, teaching them that service is universal and that kindness is the ultimate currency. And let's be honest, can we just take a second to acknowledge how absolutely gorgeous she is? She carries herself with a quiet elegance that speaks volumes without her ever having to say a word. Transitioning to Meghan herself, we see the fruits of that upbringing. Being a mother in the public eye is a challenge most of us will never truly comprehend. Yet, she does it with a focus on protecting her children's peace above all else. She has taken the lessons of independence and hard work passed down from Doria and fused them with a global platform to advocate for mothers everywhere, from paid parental leave to mental health awareness. Then, of course, there is Princess Diana. Even though she is no longer with us in the physical sense, her presence as a mother is felt every single day in the way Prince Harry carries himself and the way he honors her memory through his own children. Diana broke the mold of what royal motherhood looked like, choosing hugs over handshakes and vulnerability over distance. She was the original blueprint for lead-with-heart parenting in a world that often demands cold perfection. What strikes me most about these three women, Doria, Meghan, and Diana, is their sheer resilience. They have all faced an incredible amount of pushback and scrutiny, often being fought from every corner of the media. It takes a specific kind of internal iron to remain soft and loving toward your children when the world outside is being incredibly hard on you. They have shown us that being a mother isn't just about the nurturing moments, it's about the protective ones, the ones where you stand as a shield for your family's happiness. They've navigated storms of misinformation and personal attacks, yet they've come out the other side with their heads held high, focusing on what matters most, the next generation. It is that resilience, that refusal to be broken by the weight of external opinion that makes them so inspiring to so many people watching today. As we wrap up this tribute, I want to thank you all for watching and for sharing in this moment of gratitude. Motherhood is a journey that looks different for everyone, but the common thread is that relentless, unconditional love that these women exemplify so beautifully. Whether it's Doria's quiet strength, Meghan's modern advocacy, or Diana's legacy of compassion, there is so much for us to learn and celebrate. Take a moment today to reach out to the women in your life who have shown that same kind of grit and grace. Building on the strength of that foundation, we have to look at the way this lineage of resilience has manifested in Meghan herself. Motherhood for the Duchess of Sussex hasn't lived in a vacuum. It has been a masterclass in maintaining a private sanctuary while the rest of the world demands access. When we talk about the influence of Doria Ragland, we see it in the way Meghan Meghan prioritizes the emotional well-being of Archie and Lily. She took those lessons of independence and hard work and applied them to the highest, most scrutinized stage imaginable. It is one thing to be a mother in private, but it is an entirely different feat to be a mother while navigating a global media landscape that is often looking for a reason to tear you down. Meghan has navigated this by leaning into the service is universal mantra that her mother lived by. Whether she's advocating for paid parental leave or simply ensuring her children grow up with a sense of groundedness, she is honoring the work-hard attitude she saw in her own home growing up. Then, of course, there is the spiritual and emotional connection to Princess Diana, whose legacy acts as the third pillar in this story. Happy Mother's Day to the memory of a woman who redefined what it meant to be a royal parent. Diana was the first to show that a mother's primary duty isn't to the institution, but to the soul of her child. We see so much of Diana's DNA in the way the Sussex family operates today. The desire for a normal life, the emphasis on mental health, and the courage to step away from toxic environments to protect the peace of the home. Diana faced the same corners of the media that have spent years targeting Meghan and Doria, yet she never let it harden her heart to the point where she couldn't show immense love to her boys. That resilience is a shared thread that binds these three women together across generations and even across the veil of life and death. It's a legacy of choosing the heart over the stiff upper lip, and it's a legacy that is clearly being passed down to Archie and Lily. What is so striking about this trio is that they aren't just figures in a news cycle. They represent the archetypes of the modern, resilient woman. Doria represents the grounded, professional, and steady force. Diana represents the transformative, empathetic, and rebellious spirit of love. And Meghan represents the bridge between the two, a woman taking those historical and personal lessons to build a new way of existing. They have all been fought from every corner, as we say, yet they remain gorgeous in spirit and appearance, refusing to let the bitterness of their critics dim their light. When Doria worked as a social worker, she wasn't looking for a headline. She was looking to help. When Meghan advocates for women, she is looking for equity. When Diana walked through minefields, she was looking for humanity. This is a service that is truly universal. It is a motherhood that extends beyond the walls of their own homes and into the global community, showing us all that you can be a protector of your family and a servant to the world at the same time. As we reflect on the full weight of this journey, we see how these three lives have converged to create a new definition of legacy, one rooted in the courage to remain soft in a world that is often incredibly harsh. This final piece of the story isn't just about survival. It's about the thriving spirit that allows a mother to look at her children and tell them they are safe, even when the storm is raging outside the front door. We look at Doria Ragland and see the quiet triumph of a woman who never felt the need to defend her character because her actions spoke for her. By raising an independent, ethically driven daughter, she planted a seed that has now grown into a global force of impact. She remains the ultimate anchor, the grandma who provides the stability of home while the world spins in chaos. Her presence in the lives of Archie and Lily is a gift of continuity, ensuring that the same values of hard work and quiet dignity that she instilled in Meghan are woven into the fabric of the next generation. The resilience we see here is a shared language, a baton passed from Diana to Meghan, supported all the while by Doria's steady hand. It is the resilience to withstand the invasive lenses of the paparazzi, the resilience to speak one's truth when the narrative has been hijacked by others, and the resilience to keep the family unit sacred. When we celebrate these women today, we are celebrating the fact that they refused to be victims of their circumstances. Instead, they became architects of their own lives. Princess Diana's dream of a life defined by humanitarian warmth is being lived out in the hills of California, fueled by the work ethic Doria taught Meghan. It's a beautiful, full-circle moment that reminds us that service really is universal. It doesn't matter if you're a social worker in Los Angeles or a princess in London. The heart behind the action is what defines the legacy. So as we honor Meghan, Doria, and Diana, we are ultimately honoring the spirit of motherhood that refuses to give up. We are honoring the women who stand in the gap, who face the media firestorms, and who emerge not just intact, but stronger and more beautiful for the struggle. These three women have shown us that being a mother is the most radical act of service there is, because it requires you to be a protector, a teacher, and a beacon of hope all at once. Thank you for walking through this tribute with me today, and for recognizing the profound impact of these incredible women. Let their stories be a reminder to all of us that no matter what corner the fight comes from, love and resilience will always have the final word. Happy Mother's Day to the Duchess, to Doria, and to the memory of Diana. Thank you for showing us the way, and thank you all for watching.